Hey guys, it's Dom here, and today we're showing off the Syndicate Firesworn deck again that I did a few weeks ago, but I've changed a few of the cards around so it's a bit more usable at higher ranks. I'm currently at rank 9, but this game was taken from when I was at rank 11. Hope you guys enjoy.
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
Right, so up against probably an Ethereal Fruits deck, which is what this deck does really well against. I'd say the ones it kind of struggles with at the moment are the double bull Nilfgaard decks and Skellige ones, but let's be honest, most decks struggle against that. But we do really well against Ethereal because we can usually outpace it with our swarm compared to their swarm. See, hopefully in the first round we can bait out a few golds. We never really aim to win the first round. We kind of aim to do a big push in the third, though. That's how the stack really works. So we got a decent hand, but there's a few cards which we would have preferred to have. Starting off with some pretty generic plays for a monster deck there. I mean, not bad, but generic. So if we put down Firesworn Scribe, we can either bait out some removal or start to earn coins. I mean, it's good for coins, don't get me wrong, but like I said earlier, we don't usually intend to win round one, so just playing cards like this early on is just for us to kind of see what they've got on the aggressive side. There we go, get rid of a natural selection. Just means our like Fallen Knights and stuff are a bit safer in future. And I guess Cleric of the Flaming Rose is also a good kind of card to throw out there. So we'll try and stick to mostly bronze this first round, and they've already played Ethereal now. They haven't used Karamphir or anything, so that's an interesting play. Because it means that they're definitely going to win this round. Unless we kind of catch up and then are able to dupe them. So we'll keep on pushing with our bronzes for now. But it's good for us to see this gone first round, because that is like what I'd assume is their game plan. If we could try and get rid of a few more of their golds now as well, that would be amazing. Dimeridium Shackles is an interesting choice. I'll tell you what, we'll do maybe Congregation, just because we don't want to pass just yet. And that's a nice bit of, like, swarm.
That one, he venerates not the fire.
I mean, they've still got their tactical advantage to use. I mean, if they are going to play on, which I'm assuming they will, yeah, Fruits of Isgift in the front row. And the Naglfar, that's going to mean 2 golds are now gone. Kafiri Heat, oh jeez. Why have they chosen that for round 1? I mean, we got rid of 3 really good golds so far. I'm kind of tempted to... Nah, I'm tempted to push on, see what else they'd get rid of. But no, they've... Naglfar and Kafiri Heatwave. And Ethereal. Just... wow. Jack's just mutating in our hand. I had to get the premium for him because it just looks so good in its second form. And it's not showing at the moment. The second I say that. There we go, back at the bottom. Ascending to the higher ranks of life. I mean, one issue we do actually have now is that if he insta-passes or anything, we don't really have anything we want to play. Because our hand is really good. Things that if I drop Fallen Knight, for instance, then that means that Ulrich could be a bust. Maybe Roderick, just because I don't have too much to use the coins on. I mean, I do have Tin Boy in hand, but that's only nice if I've got 8 coins, and I think I might just not really bother with that. Yeah, I think Roderick's where I'm leaning at.
Who is it you believe stands before you? Have a count,
It
damn
just
it.
puts 1 coin in the bank, even though we have our... See, this thing, I always forget if it halves rounding down or rounding up. Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because we got 2 coins in the bank now. Because ending our second turn. 1 coin carryover is like equivalent of 1 point carryover, so it's not bad. We'll be getting rid of Sacred Flame because we got a lot of Swarm. And, I mean, Eternal Fire Disciple is not the best, but I don't mind it. Right, let's try and get down Ulrich and a Fallen Knight straight off the bat. Thing is, I want to get down 1 Fallen Knight at least before playing Azar. So then when I summon the 2 Scarabs, we get a bit more of a buff. But then that means they're left vulnerable for a bit, and they do have things like... They could have cards like that Parasite, or the one that they played earlier. Right, we'll play this one, and then... Just if I play Congregate once or twice, that just means it's definitely going to be safe from the 4 damage card. Natural selection, that's it. No, but Owl's Thunder as well. Okay. Right, you know, if we just Azar now then, because we don't have anything else that it can block. That just means that we can keep Jacques safe. I'm kind of wondering if it's worth using Tribute. I mean, it might as well do, to be honest. We'll probably have enough space on the board. I mean, especially if we hit a Desiri target which has 3 or less power, that does mean we'll get a big buff. Instead of, well, I say big buff, it just means that cards like Tin Boy, Azar, and the other Salamandra, Blind Eyes, etc. cards will get the buff too. I mean, that's quite lucky that most of our units have shields. And we do have a Flaming Rose Cleric which can transform that Firesworn Zealot into a Flaming Rose Footman. I mean, we don't really need to use anything with Jax at the moment because we've got 2 defenders in the way. I'm intrigued on what their deck plan is now that they've used some of their best golds already. Okay, so it's a singleton deck.
For you, a very special item I have, a surprise.
And I mean, was that really the... I mean, they didn't have any good targets to use that on. So I can sort of understand it, but at the same time, surely they would have just wanted to, you know, go with a neutral stratagem. Although, I mean, that could have got them something like Poison, for instance, which would have been a bit useless if none of their cards in deck do Poison as well. Right, a Neuromancy I'm expecting. Caranthe, yeah, that makes sense. Why go something like Martyr? Oh, okay. See, what I could do is I could Tavern Brawl. There we go. Wait, hang on, they used the ability, that was worthless. That was worthless. I did a stupid. For some reason I thought they didn't use its ability. So I was like, oh, this would be clever. Nah. Idiot, I probably should just dis-earied at that point. And then put down the rest of the Firesworn Zealots. Guessing they're actually gonna let that boost for a bit now. Yeah, let's get our Disciple down and start swarming a bit. I mean, we got 3 really good cards left in hand, so And they don't have anything which is 3 power or less, which is a bit sad. But, oh well.
You, yes, you! Have you made your offering?
We do a bit of congregation as well later. I guess if we get that done now. They don't really seem to have much which would steal a unit, so that should be fine. And you know, we'll take a Zealot into a Flaming Rose Footman as well. See, if they don't have anything weak next turn on the board, we could just use our leader ability and then Disiri and then end of a Tin Boy to see what lane's better to hit. Just watching glowy Siri over there. I mean, there's not really too much that they could do to catch up that I can think of. Especially for a singleton deck as well, it's a bit rough. Osrul's a good card. They're going for the front row though, so nothing too big in there to eat. Do we just Disiri? I mean, what's the best target? It doesn't really matter, because we're not going to kill anything.
He venerates not the fire.
If we just swarm a bit more, then this series a perfect shot there. And boom, look at that. I think they're probably just going to concede at this rate. Let's be real, I mean, we're massively in the lead. And we got one big last play as well. Yep, okay, called it. Right, well, that's going to end the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.